Satnam, and many blessings from the core of my heart to the core of your heart. It's wisdom. It's wisdom. When you are able to hear, one is listen and one is to hear. In the yogic teachings, this is known as sunya. Sunya not with the ears, sunya with your totality. According to the yogic teachings, the hidden wisdom of the Himalayan sages, there are 8.4 million sacred sounds and frequencies in this cosmos. This is the collective sound of your heart, my pulses and your pulses, the pulses of the mountains, the pulses of the oceans, the pulses of the skies, the pulses of the naked clouds. And all that you can think of are the Satya Juga, the Satya Hai, Bhi Satya Nanak Hosi, Bhi Satya, the collective sound, which always is 8.4 million sacred frequencies. They all come from one Naad, one Shabad in the beginning of the time. Prathama Onkar Tinakaha. In the beginning, there was this tremendous roar of the divine. The divine burst into multiple. Eko Ham Bhausyami in the Vedas. One became a many. Ek to anek bhaye, ant ko fir ek hai. From one, it became a many, and then ultimately it will become one. That 8.4 million sounds, which is sustaining the frequency, that those sounds are heard when you are taking birth, when from the realm of the mother's womb, you come into the womb of the goddess, which we call this world, you hear these 8.4 million frequencies. And if one frequency is not there, one of the perceptions in you goes missing. That is the first time you hear 8.4 million sounds, and you go into this tremendous joy. And then when you come out of the womb, the sounds are still happening, but your perceptions now are outward. That is the first time you hear the 8.4 million sounds. The second time you hear these 8.4 million sounds is when you are leaving this dimension and you're going into next dimension. We call it a reincarnation of your consciousness. When you leave this body and when the consciousness comes out of this physical body, 8.4 million sounds are heard, collective sounds. And the third time, okay, you hear this sound is in between. Not everybody hears that. Only those who go into samadhi, into nirsankalpa samadhi, unity of being, while they are alive, they experience death, the death of the psychological self. It's called awakening. So the middle part is not for everyone. It's for those who are seeking. It's for those who are ready, who have worked on themselves from lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And if I was to go deeper, they say you have to prepare yourself for this sacred sound in samadhi, and that preparation happens 8.4 million lifetimes. Okay, so that merits you must have in order to hear these sacred sounds. It's called the Naad Yoga, Shabda Yoga, Shabda Surta Yoga, the highest yoga, the yoga of hearing, the yoga of sunya. So these coming sessions, 4 sessions, we're going to dive into this sacred Naad, 8.4 million sounds. And from these 8.4 million sounds, 10 sounds are the main sounds. And from those 10 sounds, 5 sounds are the main sounds. Panch Shabad Nirmail Bajje Dhulka Daur Sank Gan Gaj. In your consciousness, you will hear the roar of the thunder. In your consciousness, you will hear the rain. In your consciousness, you hear the trumpet. In your consciousness, you hear the drums. In the consciousness, you hear the conch. So these are the 5 main sounds, hearing which you assess the 8.4 and then ultimately the unhad sound, the unstruck sound, the source of your being, the source of my being, and the source of totality. So these 4 sessions, this is wisdom, my friends. And this wisdom I'm sharing with you are not from books. I don't share from books. This is from heart to heart. It's called Sina Basina. As you heard from the sage, you hear it and you transmit it to those who are ready. So if you feel you are ready, and the longing is there to hear the primordial sound which gave birth to you and me, you come join me for 4 sessions. And let me be very clear. There is no promise. There is no promise you will hear it. But the tool will be there for you. The technique will be there for you. Nobody can say, I shall make you hear it. If somebody says, I can make you hear it, that guy is lying. That teacher is lying. So I will not lie to you. Not everyone will hear it, because you have to flower yourself. And that flowering can happen through the grace of the Guru. Who knows who will hear and who will not hear? But hearing that, everything is heard. So that tremendous ultimate sound of the Anhad Naad, that wisdom, that teachings, I will share with you as handed down in the lineage of Baba Sri Chand, as handed down in the lineage of Guru Gobind Singh. And these are not the teachings from the books. Again, let me be very clear. And so I would like you to join me. Sit with me for 4 sessions. I will share with you the tools. I will share with you the techniques. I will help you to clear your perceptions. I will help you to become sensitive. That's all I can do. The rest is the grace of the Guru, the grace of the cosmos. If it once, you have to ready your field. Okay? And it is the universe who can sow the seeds. I cannot do that. But I can help you to make your field ready so that down the road, if you know the tools and you keep doing, it is called sadhana. If you keep doing, it's called sadhana, the treasure within your beingness, sahadhana, the treasure in your beingness. And if you have that down the road, you will hear that sound and you will experience death before death, psychological death. It's called awakening. You will know what the reality is. You will begin to see the sun as the sun. You will begin to see the moon as the moon. You will begin to see the ocean as the ocean. Not your perception, not your idea about the ocean, not your idea about the moon, not your idea about the skies. You will see clear perception. You will hear clear. The cosmos will sing back to you. When you sing the song, it is called mantra. And when the cosmos sings back to you, it is called Naad Yoga, union of the sacred sound. So, my dear friends, I invite you to come and sit with me for 4 sessions to make your field ready so that the universe can pour the seeds of consciousness and you can hear Suniya, Siddha, Pir, Surnath. You become a Siddha. And who is a Siddha? Siddhaha Swatantra Bhava. The one who frees himself from himself is called a Siddha. You can free yourself by hearing. So blessings to you, and I hope to sit with you and you receive the transmission. Satnam.